And given the security issues that we go through today, if we had high-speed rail, it'd be faster to take the train than fly to Milwaukee from Chicago, or to Detroit, or some St. Louis, some of the other areas even outside of the state. So I'm a big fan of it. Part of what needs to happen is that local governments, and particularly the state of Illinois, I think has to say that this is something that they're seriously concerned about, because typically state governments make a determination as to what their priorities are.
Certainly for the descendants of slave in America to become a serious candidate for the White House says a lot about democracy and how the American dream is not dead. Many of us are hearing questions like, is America ready for a black president?
That is why the shadow of the old state capitol, Lincoln was called for the House divided to stand together. Where common hopes and common dreams still live, I stand before you today to announce my candidacy.
Are you prepared to take the oath, Senator?
I am.
I, Barack Hussein Obama, do solemnly swear.
I, Barack Hussein Obama, do solemnly swear
that I will execute the office of President to the United States faithfully.
that I will execute
the office of President of the United States.
The office of President of the United States faithfully.
And will, to the best of my ability,
preserve,
protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States.
Preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States.
So help you God?
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
I too was studying to become a teacher. And my reason for becoming a teacher was because I wanted to find me in those boys. I didn't know anything about girls. I just wanted to find me in those boys who were willing to throw away the education. I'm talking about 1960, but I already had the idea the day I joined the Navy at age 19. And the man woke us up at 04:30. And he put his face to mine after banging on my bunk, because this was my first night being out. My mother played the game with me. 3 times you got 3 visits. First time, it's time to get up. All right, Ma. And you go back to sleep. Second time, you hear her coming, you put one leg out. And you show it to her. You say, I got the leg out. And I always slept with socks on to show her that I was getting dressed. And then the third time, she said, what did I say? And I was sitting up. All right, this man did not know that game. The man banged on my cot, or whatever I was sleeping in, bunk, with a stick, yelling and screaming. And I just thought, this is the rudest person. And then this white man put his face near mine with a cigarette hanging on it and said to me, I am not your mother. I did not punch him. I did not touch him, because I did not want to go to jail. I had good sense. I'm not going to the brig. But that was the day that I met Jesus. No, I didn't sing any songs and I didn't see Jesus. But I just started to think, what would Jesus do?
Detroit, the high school dropout rate is 75%. It's about 50% here. And it's 50, 60% in lots of places all over the country. Can we afford that? Not when this country produces 60,000 engineers a year, 40% of whom are foreigners. China produces 392,000 engineers a year. You don't have to be a brain surgeon to see where that's going. We cannot afford to be losing these young people. And, you know, it's a particular problem with the young black males. You know, you've heard it said that the young black male in America is an endangered species. Why do people say that? Because there are more young black males in the penal system than there are in college. Because the homicide rate for young black males is astronomical in our major cities, the #1 cause of death. We can't afford that. Because for every one of those young people that we keep from going on that path of self-destruction, that's one less person you have to protect yourself from and protect your family from. That's one less person you have to pay for in the penal system or the welfare system. One more tax-paying, productive member of society who may discover a new energy source or the cure for AIDS. We cannot afford to throw any of them away.
I recall that Peoria was going through some tough economic times, and that ebbs and flows like in most communities. But I do know we had the particular distinction of having unusually high incidences of poverty in terms of minority children, and unusually high incidences of illicit behavior and things that many communities have. But I think because of Peoria was considered, and by many still is, the microcosm of America. Therein you get the slogan, will it play in Peoria? And so much of what I tried to do, I looked at Peoria as a model for the nation and thought, well, if we can make it play in Peoria, we can make it play anywhere. So I think when you look at Peoria's history and you put it up against the nation's history, what you really saw was a microcosm of what was happening all over America, and it shows up here in Peoria periodically.
Well, this concludes another special program that we at PCCEO and I, Andre Bohannon, your host, have had the pleasure of sharing with you. We hope that you've enjoyed tonight's program, and we hope that you've been one of our supporters throughout the years, and we're looking forward to supporting you for many more years to come. Please take our advice when we tell you how to be a better family person, how to be a better person, and how to get involved. Remember, progress starts with each of us in our own way, being progressive in our thoughts, in our actions. May God bless you until we see you again, hopefully next week. Good night.